Back here in the Bernie and Sid Show, 11:40, 20 minutes to Curtis and Kubi. Again, we want to thank Jesse Ventura here earlier this hour. He was really good. We end the show in the week in style with the man that will be the next mayor here in New York. If I go to his website right now, Boformayor, that's BOFORMAYOR, BoForMayor.com. I miss him, Bernie and Sid regular and dear friend Bo Dietl. Bo, good morning. How are you, pal?
Good morning. And I hear I got the endorsement of Curtis Lewa, my dear friend. That's nice.
Did you really?
I don't know.
We're not feeling or hearing that around the radio station.
Come on. I feel the love. I got the love with him. Come on. I'm going to see him at that big sports night that you haven't seen.
Yes, you're both going to be there. You may be the two last men standing when it comes to the mayoral race. What about that?
Wait a second. You better start announcing that Curtis and I are coming. I mean, he's my big supporter for mayor. Curtis and I go back 40-something years.
He loves you.
Maybe 50 years.
He loves you. We all love you. And listen, and then whenever we see you, it's great. Whenever we see you on television, it's great. Whenever we see your name in the paper, it's great. Except we saw your name in the paper today, and it's kind of it's a rough story.
Yeah, it's a rough story. This kid, Jeffrey Rackover, that's the father. I know for 30 years. I've spent some Passover holidays at his apartment. With his mom and dad. He's the jeweler to the stars type guy.
Hey, is this Rocco the thief?
No, this is Jeffrey Rackover. That's Rocky Maselli. We're going to celebrate his 90th birthday coming up.
Oh, God bless him.
Rocco Maselli, and he's no thief. He's a good friend. But the point I'm trying to get at with Jeffrey Rackover, great guy, really wonderful man, very generous, very charitable. So about 3.5 years ago, he meets this young fellow from Florida who. Kid had a troubled past. He had gotten locked up a couple of times. So he took a liking. Jeffrey introduced him as his long-lost son. And make a long story short, he supported him in the sense that he wanted this kid to get straight, stay out of trouble. He did some time down in Florida. So he gave him, he helped him out getting an apartment. Then he helped him out get a really good job doing appraising on paintings and jewelry. So he was there. So he was there for the kid. And then he went so far where the kid wanted to take his name. He went through court documentation, gave the kid his name. And the kid, really good-looking kid, well-built kid, and he was a very nice kid.
Bo, I got to stop you for a second.
Here's the thing. Right.
Don't get angry. Don't get mad.
They met in a health club. Go ahead.
Right, they met in a health. I don't know these people. I know he's your friend, okay? And don't get mad.
Let me finish the story.
Well, no, I'm going to stop you right there because you talked about how good-looking he is. Now we got this kid in an apartment and helped him. Let me just tell you, when you hear a story about an older man helping out a younger, good-looking kid.
First of all, you met Jeffrey Rackover. Jeffrey looks like he's 40 years old. Great shape. He goes out with
that's
the most
fine.
beautiful...
That's fine.
Let me finish.
Yeah.
He goes out with the most beautiful woman. The kid went out with beautiful... I wasn't there. I don't know that. Right now, the deepest sympathy goes out to this poor kid with his family, what they're going through with this kid being stabbed to death. And all I'm trying to express is the fact that Jeffrey Rackover, the friend of mine 30 years, is devastated with this, about this kid being killed. And I don't want to talk about anything else because I don't know anything else.
I understand you don't. I know you don't. But you know that any reasonable person will look at this and go that Rackover was doing something with this kid.
What are we, homophobic here now?
No,
there's nothing illegal about that.
My point is this young man was stabbed to death.
Yes.
My friend Jeffrey Rackover is devastated. He doesn't want to have anything to do with this young man who he gave his name to because he can't believe this young man was involved in this murder of this other fella. And that's the whole idea I'm trying to get out is Jeffrey Rackover is a very fine human being, and he's devastated that this young man who is possibly involved with this murder of this other young man, and his heart and soul goes out to the young man that was killed in his family, and that's what I'm expressing.
Understandably.
He can't even talk. The guy breaks down and cries because he can't believe. So whatever else was there that I don't know about, I really don't care. That's not what the issue. The issue right now is we have a young man who's dead, and his family is dealing with this, and Jeffrey Rackover's heart and soul goes out to that family. I think that's the most important issue here. Anything else, I'm not interested. I know nothing about it, and I'm not really concerned about that.
Oh, so you're not investigating or anything like that. You aren't investigating.
You know who's investigating? the New York City
NYPD.
Police Department,
Okay.
and I will not be involved in the investigation because, as far as I'm concerned, we have a dead young man.
Well, listen, that's a story. We got you. We
the
got
Daily,
you. But I'm just
the
telling
Daily
you.
News is making some salacious
They are.
allegations.
What the Daily News is saying is, I'm just telling you that if, God forbid, there's anything to what the Daily News is saying, and again, our heart goes out to the kid and his family too, that at some point Jeffrey may be called to the carpet. That's all. To be honest here.
Called to the carpet for what? It didn't happen in his apartment. He lived on the 32nd floor. The kid lived on the 4th floor. There was 3 females, I think, and 3 males in the apartment when something happened there, and Jeffrey was not there. All Jeffrey is this kid has his name, and he just wants to separate completely because of the fact that this horrendous crime has occurred, and he wants to show his sympathy to the young man and his family, and that's what the whole issue is with Jeffrey Rackover. But to bring out anything else, I don't have any fact to that. I know that. I do not know that as fact, and that to me is so secondary. Now, the point is, right now, again, we have a young man who was stabbed 15 times and dead. It's horrible.
And for the Daily News to allege that he was killed because he refused to have sex with the...
I know. Where'd they get that information?
I know, really.
I'd like to know.
That's you better back that up, I would say. Anyway.
Well, the Daily News and any paper that writes that, they better back it up because as far as I'm concerned, I don't know that for a fact, and I have not heard that for a fact. So I don't know. And I'll be very honest with you, all I represent is Jeffrey Rackover, my friend for 30 years, who tried to do the right thing. No good deed goes unpunished. He tried to do the right thing with this young kid, and then this kid gets wound up into this murder. It's terrible, terrible story.
Awful. Bo, so let me change topics. Have you been to Trump Tower in the past week or so? I mean, there's been a lot of activity there.
I'm a Democrat. I'm a Democrat, and I'm a Democrat who voted for the President Trump.
So's de Blasio. He was there as well.
Oh yeah, de Blasio was getting thrown out of there. I think they threw him out of there.
Yeah, I wish they had thrown him off the roof.
I'm going to have fun with de Blasio when I start debating him and find out where that $19 million went with these special assistants, with these people that he's putting on there for special assistants to run against me. We're going to have a fun 2017. Stay tuned. Bo takes on broken Big Bird de Blasio.
Do you know when all that starts, Bo? Like the actual debates and the back of? Do you have any idea?
You know what? I'm going to do. Yeah, I did a soft announcement, and then it's going to come up more and more. There are more issues that are coming up, and I'm going to make major announcements in the New York Post, the New York Daily News, the New York Times.
Cool.
And what we're going to do is we're going to ease into them, and then. Like boxing. You remember when you beat up Sid? You jab
I do, yes.
Before you give the hook? Yeah. Then we're going to give him the hook,
Gotcha. Nice. All right. Well, listen, Bo, thank you for joining us.
Yes, it was excellent.
And clearing up,
And listen to me, Sid, I'm going to be there a little late on your sports night, but I will be there celebrating your big night, my friend.
Thank you, and I appreciate that because I love you, and you being there is a big deal,
guys,
so thank you.
And you guys are the best thing that ABC has on. And Curtis, I know you support me, baby.
All right, there you go, Bo Dietl. Thank you, man. But then the next mayor of New York City, Bo Dietl, on the Bernie and Sid Show, 1-800-848-9222. We are back after this.
77 WABC, traffic and transit.
In Manhattan, the accident on the West Side Highway northbound at 72nd Street has